gas money is being made legally. Also coming up today, the real Bruce Springsteen. But first, an incredible story about 6 young Army intelligence officers. 3 years ago, they were trusted members of the military with top secret security clearance. Then suddenly, they went AWOL. Now, for the first time, one of the soldiers is ready to tell us the astounding reason why they disappeared. Here's Rick Kirkham.
We said, okay, well, if we got to go AWOL, we want to do it soon so we can get it over with. We decided in June. The Ouija board told us, no, you can't. It has to be after July 1st.
We had received calls from the CIA, the FBI, and they had told us that they wanted these guys bad, that Washington wanted them held, they wanted them separated, they wanted nobody to talk to.
We were given a lot of UFO information.
Vance Davis is a self-proclaimed man with a vision he claims came to him through a game board 3 years ago. A vision he says has proved to him that UFOs and aliens are among us, and that those aliens will soon be part of some world events that will change our planet forever.
Hey, if they want to believe I'm crazy, that's fine. But I know what happened. It occurred to me, I was involved with it directly, and it happened.
If it were anyone else, Vance's claim that a Ouija board confirmed the presence of aliens here would be written off as crazy. But Vance is not just anyone. He is a former top-secret security-cleared military analyst, and he is also one of the 6 military analysts who deserted their posts in Germany in July of 1990, allegedly because spirits speaking through the Ouija board told them to. Vance says that though the spirits told the 6 of the alien presence, his access to privileged information in his top-secret military position confirmed it.
I saw a lot of things in my job. I heard a lot of things. Some things were that we got off the Ouija board was confirmed through the job.
Vance's story began on July 9th of 1990, when he and 4 other men, as well as 1 woman, walked off their U.S. military base in Germany, hopped on a plane, and disappeared. Because the 6 military analysts all held top-secret security clearances, their desertion immediately instigated a priority manhunt around the globe. Federal authorities at first suspected espionage, and according to a military source, any agent who found the 6 was authorized to, quote, exterminate. In other words, a literal license to kill should any of the 6 resist apprehension. The 6 soldiers headed to Gulf Breeze, Florida, guided there, they claim, by the spirits. Coincidentally, Gulf Breeze, Florida is the UFO hotspot in America, in part because of these photographs allegedly taken by Gulf Breeze resident Ed Walters a few years ago.
I tend to believe that they did indeed plan on meeting with me. I tend to believe that the story that their sisters and parents are telling, that they had information about UFO cover-ups, I tend to believe that's probably true.
Once there, the 6 soldiers were quickly arrested after one of them was pulled over for a traffic violation. But Gulf Breeze Police Chief Jerry Brown had no idea of the importance of the 6 until he reported the arrest to federal authorities.
They were somewhat more important to the military from Washington's standpoint, the CIA and the FBI, than just your local AWOL or local deserter. That's what made this case so unusual.
The Gulf Breeze 6, as they became known, were quickly moved to a military base. The government announced the 6 were part of a cult that believed Christ was going to land in Gulf Breeze in a UFO. But Vance says during their incarceration, the government treated them not as deserters, but as very special people.
As we had just been locked up, and they were talking about us, the guards were, and an E8 came in and said, cool, the talking. We don't talk about them. One sergeant asked why. This is from the top, and this is what the E say. This is from the top. These people are special. They have certain powers, possibly, certain abilities. And the Pentagon and the staff do not want anybody to piss them off.
Vance says he and the other 5 told military interrogators of the information given them by the spirits, as well as some world predictions the spirits had reportedly provided. Predictions like a major combat to come in the Persian Gulf, an event that in fact did occur 6 months later. There were also predictions of events yet to happen.
There will be a couple 8 earthquakes on the Richter scale in California in the next year.
And by 1994,
martial law in the major cities, all major cities. They'll pretty well leave the internal things apart, but the major cities will be under a martial law
During their interrogation, Vance says another strange thing occurred. A faxed message was sent to the authorities from an unknown person at the military base which the six had deserted.
There was a fax sent from Augsburg that said they will let out all information about UFOs and everything else if they didn't release us.
Then, the most mysterious part of this story occurred. Vance and the other 5 deserters were given honorable discharges and released.
The 6 of you desert your posts, all of you top secret cleared, fly to the United States, start looking into UFO phenomenons and into other things that you really probably shouldn't have been. You are pounced upon by government agents from several different branches, imprisoned, and then basically given a slap on the wrist and an honorable discharge and say, you're on your way. That isn't the way they usually handle deserters.
Maybe they were told by some of their psychic people that they use that, hey, things are getting ready to change, and these type of people are going to start showing up. And maybe they were told, you don't want to mess with them. You don't want to piss them off. You don't want to kill them.
Inside Edition managed to contact 4 of the other 5 soldiers. All of them refused interviews, and all are trying to keep as low a profile as possible. However, they did all agree that the Ouija board played a major role in their desertion. However, none of them wanted to explain why they would risk imprisonment and possibly even death just to get to Gulf Breeze, Florida. And even the police chief in Gulf Breeze feels the government's initial suggestion that the 6 were simply part of a cult just doesn't wash, especially in light of the fact that Vance Davis was presented with the military's highest non-combat medal just 3 months before the 6 soldiers deserted.
The military made a mistake when they let the public or told the public that these people were members of a cult. I do wonder sometimes what these people were doing in the same location in the same place. And there are a lot of things that's unexplained, such as our UFO cases. But I personally don't know anything about the cult.
When Inside Edition first contacted military officials to learn their side of this story, we were told we would be provided with an interview. However, once we submitted the questions we wanted answered, our interview was denied by the Pentagon. Vance Davis refuses to reveal any other information as to what physical evidence he came across in his top-secret post that would support his story of aliens and UFOs. He only points out, from an insider's perspective, he says, that the government knows of alien presence on this planet.
There is no such thing as UFOs. Let me tell you why? Because they're not unidentified. They're identified. The government can say there is no such thing as UFOs. It's the way you word the question. It's the way media has worded it for years. Is there such a thing as UFOs? No. We know where they're from. We know what they are.
Pretty amazing, and Vance Davis is now married to a woman he met while he was in Gulf Breeze. He and his wife are convinced it was the spirits that brought them together. Just ahead, we'll take you to a place where there is plenty of money to be made, and later on,